Today we would be talking about this particular verse 934. So any Mataji would like to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can I?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Manmana bhav mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame veshasi yukta devam atmanam mad parayana. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta, Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Engage your mind always in thinking of me. Become my devotee. Offer obeisances to me and worship me. Being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. So see, dear devotees, in this verse, in the very first, when Krishna tells, what is the instruction that Krishna gives? Engage your mind always in me. And believe me, this is a very stepping stone and the very foundation of our devotional life. And after this, nothing else is required. Because after this, everything is circumstance based. If you have money, you can do a lot of things. If you don't have money, you cannot do a lot of things. If you have facility, we can do a lot of things. But if we don't have facility, we cannot do a lot of things. But this instruction of Krishna, where Krishna is saying, engage your mind always in me. That means Nityam Bhagavatam Sevya. That is always, that's the key word, not circumstance based. When things are good, when things are bad, then we engage our mind. No. Every time, with every breath of our life, we have to remember Krishna. That's the ultimate instruction. So how we remember Krishna? When Krishna is telling, engage your mind always in me. See, we have always seen that whatever Krishna has, the rotten version of Krishna's, arenas, flavor we have in this material world. So similarly, the rotten version of pure love we have in this material world. That's why you see when Krishna tells, engage your mind always in me, then with what we can compare? With the same feeling when a boyfriend remembers his girlfriend and a girlfriend remembers his boyfriend. Wherever they are, in whichever situation they are, they always tend to think about each other. Whether they are with parents, whether they are with brothers, sisters, whether they are with family, whether they are alone, at any point of time, they don't have to train their mind to remember each other. In that very similar way, we also, the moment, the time when our mind gets trained, that we don't have to train our mind in and one more time to remember Krishna, that means we have achieved Krishna. And that is the status, that is a situation which is known as samadhi. Samadhi is a situation where you don't have to train your mind. It's trained, it's done. It's now the default behavior of the mind to remember Krishna. But that's very difficult, right? That's why some time back we played that small game, that how we can in our day-to-day life, how we can remember Krishna by seeing various things. That's why Goswamiji very beautifully quotes and he compares how we should remember Krishna. He says, Kamahi nari pyari jimi, lobahi priya jimi dam, taisiya nirantara raghunath priya lagahu mohi ram. He says, as a lusty person always thinks about women, and as a greedy person always thinks about money, whether they are in bedroom or washroom, doesn't matter. They keep on thinking about lusty desires, about greedy things, how to attain money and how to attain lusty desires. So that means they don't have to be told, they don't have to be trained, they don't have to be suggested. It keeps on, that thinking keeps on revolving in their mind. So that is how we have to train our mind to attain Krishna in our mind. That means so that we can always remember Krishna. That's why Krishna says in Kathopanishad that Nayam Atma Pravachane na labhyo na midhya na bahuna shruten. You cannot attain Krishna with your due diligence, with your brain, with a lot of hearing. Even in that Kathopanishad, it is criticized about hearing also. It means hearing also goes a step back. Now, Shravanam, it is said that neither you can attain by hearing, neither you can attain by speaking, neither you can attain by your due diligence, neither by giving a lot of lectures you can attain Krishna. Soi janahi jehu dehu janai. The only person who can know Krishna is by the ability, by giving. When Krishna would will to give the power to know him, then only we can know Krishna. And to know Krishna, Krishna is giving here the formula that engage your mind always in thinking of me. Maybe we cannot engage our body with due to a lot of situation and restrictions. There are a lot of things that we have in our life due to which it might be that we cannot engage our body. But Krishna is not bothered about body, because body doesn't have any significance. Body is just like clothes, right? If today is there, tomorrow it's not there. That's why Krishna is telling, engage your mind. Unless we engage our mind, nothing gonna happen. That's why, and then the second step comes, become my devotee. When what does it mean when Krishna is saying become my devotee? When I think about you and you think about me, a relationship gets created. And that is all that we have to do in our life. Create a relationship with Krishna which we have forgotten. We have lost that relation. And once we start thinking, means we think of about that person with whom we want to talk, with whom we want to associate, with whom we want to spend some time, with whom we want to create a relationship, establish a relationship. Regarding that person only we think. That's why in the first step Krishna tells, think about me always, and then become my devotee. That means create a relationship with me, because I am yours, you are mine, and there are no other truth apart from this. So once we start thinking about Krishna always and we create a relationship, so automatically, we will feel offer obeisances to me. What does that mean? Offer obeisances means give yourself to me. Tishyate aham shadhi mam tvam prapannaha. Complete surrender. We offer obeisances only to those people where we want to surrender. By body we might do, but here Krishna is telling, from your mind. We have to surrender ourselves from our mind. Then only we will be able to really, create a relationship, establish that relationship with Krishna. And at the end, when Krishna is saying worship me, that means nothing else is there in our life, only Krishna. When you think, when you become a devotee, create a relationship with Krishna, when you surrender to Krishna, then nothing else is left behind in a devotee's life. That means everything is Krishna and nothing is beyond Krishna. That's why at the end, you see there's a word known as Mat Parayanaha. Mat Parayana means Krishna, a pure devotee, is always just, standing on the pillars of Krishna. He doesn't have anything of his own. It's whatever it is, it's just Krishna. He doesn't desire, he doesn't do, he doesn't think anything else, only Krishna. That's why he doesn't, pure devotees don't want to do too many things, doesn't want to, do too many experiments. They think, my Krishna is there, everything will happen. 365-degree, 360-degree, everything is going to happen if my Krishna is there. That is what the decision was taken by Arjuna, that even Krishna's Narayani Sena, that army would be with Kauravs, but at the end, if Krishna is with me, everything is possible. Even impossible is possible if Krishna is there. This is what is known as Jahe Vidhi Rakhe Ram Tahe Vidhi Rahiye. In whichever situation we are, in that situation, if we can follow this principle, follow this formula of Krishna that Krishna is talking about, then everything is possible. That's why here Krishna is not telling that go anywhere. He's saying Mad Bhakto, become my devotee. He's not telling that become a devotee of this person, become a devotee of that person, some Navratri and this Kavaratri, and some there are so many people wearing sometimes black clothes, sometimes yellow clothes, sometimes white clothes, and so many varieties of clothes are there, and people keep on changing. It's just like the top up, one after another top up. Sometimes they want to go to Kerala, sometimes they want to go to Katra, sometimes they want to go to somewhere else. Why? So saintly person says, why we worship demigods and leave Krishna? Because of two reasons. One is because of our unending desires, right? Every Sunday we go to Shirdi Baba. Why? Because we get something from there. We get some vibhuti. Here nothing is there, it's completely empty. That's why people say that if why people leave Krishna and go to demigods is just because of two things. One is for our unending desires, just to fulfill our desires. First reason. And the second reason is because we don't know the relationship with Krishna. Who are we and who is Krishna? We are not aware. So this is the reason why we keep on wandering here and there. The entire world we wander. But at the end, when we understand, no, nothing is working out, then okay, let's attend Bhagavad-gītā. Let's see how. If nothing has worked out, let's see if it works out. And then the magic happens, because here itself, Krishna is saying, engage your mind always in thinking of me. You would see in every religion, in different religions, uh, there are so many, ritual activities. And in those ritual activities, you would see there are so many steps. In some places, it is said that make 10 items. In some places, bring 10 types of fruits. In some places, it is said 10 types of flowers. There are so many rules and regulations. But in the worshipping strategy of Krishna, there is no rule at all. Only one rule: engage your mind always in me. If you have, Krishna is Chappan Bhogi. If nothing, nothing is required. Putram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktaya prachati. If you have, give, I am ready to take. If you don't have, then also I am ready. Whatever it is, give. If nothing is there, give nothing only. But give with pure devotional feeling. That's all that Krishna wants. That's why in Krishna's path, there is no, probation of any material things. That's why Krishna is saying, engage your mind, not body or family or relatives or money or nothing. Just engage your mind. And once we are able to engage our mind, and we are we are out of that covering where we have to tell our mind that, boss, you have to chant, you have to listen, you have to do this, our day is done. Because once we learn, and once our brain learns that only Krishna is the only thing that matters, nothing else matters, then after that, even if you don't go to temple, don't go to pilgrimage places, don't do anything, don't wear dhoti kurta, all is fine. That's why Krishna is telling here, engage your mind. See, the whole play is about mind only. If we do everything with our body, but at the end of the day, the intention in our mind is just to show off, that means you are flop, you are gone. It doesn't work out like that. That's why Kabir ji says very beautifully, he says, केशन कहाँ बिगाड़िया जो मुंडे 100 बार मन को काहे ना मुंडिए जामे भरा विकार. So the everything is the center thing is man, the mind. He says, we shave our head, we shave our body, we shave everything. We get clean shit. But at the end, why don't you shave your mind? Because all crap things are there only. Once you cleanse your mind, you don't have to cleanse anything. Everything gets cleansed automatically. But we, as I was hearing a beautiful lecture for one of our senior devotees, in that it was being said that once we come in the path of devotional life, we change our attire, we change our exterior posture, we change our exterior appearance. But somewhere or the other, we fail to change our internal things. We fail to change what should really change. And all others rest are temporary, whether your hairs, whether your body, whether you get tattoos on your body. Tattoos on the body doesn't have any relation with a devotional life, but now it's a trend, right? So in this way, we have changed our body externally. But Krishna here never talks about body. He is telling, engage your mind, always in thinking of me. There might be a question when Krishna says, pay obeisances. Suppose we are not so fit that we can pay obeisances, then how do we pay it? We can pay obeisances with our mind as well. Even if if you are on the wheelchair, doesn't matter. If your mind is and looking at Krishna's feet, that's the biggest obeisances that we can pay. So that's why Krishna is giving that very super formula, and in many places, even Srila Prabhupada said that this verse is the crux of entire Bhagavad Gita. That even if you are done with this verse, and after that, even if you don't read Bhagavad Gita, that's fine, because if you are doing this, that means you have got the essence of Bhagavad Gita. That's why Prabhupada in few lectures he said this verse is the essence of entire Bhagavad Gita. That's why in Srimad Bhagavatam, Kapil Muni tells his mother Devhuti that tasmat sarva bhaven bhajasva param ishtanam tad gun ashraya bhaktya pad bhajniya padambujam. That, my dear mother, leave everything and go to Krishna's shelter, because he is the only thing bhaktya bhajniyam padambujam. That he is the only thing that can be worshipped, that is worshipable. Krishna is the only thing that is worshipable. Nothing else is in his platform. That's why tasmat sarva bhavena bhajasvaha param ishtanam. With full faith, with full desire, only bhajasva param ishtanam. Worship only Krishna, nothing else. And that is what Krishna is telling here. Engage your mind always in me. There is nothing else apart from me. If you are done with this, you're done with your life. You are done with what you had to do, you are done. And if we do everything, but our mind is not with Krishna, then even after doing so many things, putting up a caption that I am in devotional life from last 20 years, doesn't make things. That 20 years is just a fake if our mind is not with Krishna. We are with 10, 20, 30 with so many reasons. Those reasons always stay unknown because those are hidden reasons. But if our mind is with Krishna, antakale smaran mahavam testante kalevaram. That if at the end point, if our mind is with Krishna, then even if your whole life is not with Krishna, that end point, the 1 second while you leave your body, that only matters for Krishna. That's why Krishna is saying, engage your mind in me. Because until as you engage your mind, Krishna never bothers. How much you engage your body, Krishna is not at all bothered. Krishna is only bothered when we engage our mind. That's why this is the biggest formula of entire Bhagavad Gita, that until and unless we focus Krishna with our mind, that's why it is somebody said that whether you are a real devotee or not, it doesn't reflect in a crowd. It reflects when you are alone, when you are one, then it reflects whether you are a real devotee or not. The activities that you do when you are real, when you are alone, when no one is seeing, when there is no camera, when there is no people, when you are completely alone in a room, stuck inside, then what you do, your activities reveal, your thought process reveals whether you are a real devotee or not. In this way, Krishna is giving us the foremost instruction that how we can attain Krishna. That's why in higher scriptures it is said that no other way is there to attain Krishna. That's why in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying how we can attain him. Unless our mind is focused for Krishna, we will not be able to attain Krishna. So the very crux, the very simple formula that Krishna is giving is stay with me with your mind. And ultimately, wherever the mind is, that's why if you read the conversation between gopis and Krishna in the night in the forest, then when Krishna tells gopis that it's not a good time that you have come here in this very dark night in this forest, it's a very bad sign, you should not come, please go back. Then gopis say the body will only act as per the mind, but how can we go back when our mind is with you? Our mind is with you, that means our body also stay with us, has to stay here. Likewise, wherever the mind is, the body will follow. That's why Krishna is saying, engage your mind always in me, become my devotee, and thus offer obeisances and worship me. So these bodily features will continue once our mind is focused. And once our mind is not focused, whatever we do with our body doesn't matter at all. It's just by 0 by 1 crore is again 0 only. Doesn't matter. Whatever is the figure in the denominator. That's why where our mind is, what is the status of our mind, what is the condition of our mind, that matters. Because and unfortunately, it is invisible. We cannot know what's going on in the brain while we are listening a lecture, while we are telling a lecture, while we are hearing things. We don't know what's going on, whether our mind is that okay, 9 o'clock, where is the watch? I cannot see 9 o'clock prasadam, when this class will end. If we are sitting in the class, but our mind is that where is the watch? I cannot take out my mobile, what people will think, but I need to see the time that once it is 9 o'clock, I have to go when prasad will come. It's getting late, I think it will be late. So all that, the time that you have spent of 1 hour is just waste. You have wasted your 1 hour because your mind was something else, but just you were there for a physical presence, and that is never counted. That's why Krishna is saying, engage your mind always in me. And if you are able to do this, you are passed with distinction. Else, fail. Try again next year. Means next birth. Again, we have to take a birth. Okay. So with this, I would like to conclude, my dear devotees. So that's the real crux, the real essence of entire Bhagavad Gita, that whatever if we do, that but we fail to engage our mind in Krishna, then we are lost. We have lost this battle in this life. Please try again. Okay? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam. Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat